Make sure you tune in to find out all the latest news. Let's go Rangers.
Blueshirt Underground, motherfucker!
BS arranger bad. BS arranger bad.
This is an unlawful gathering. This is an unlawful gathering. The truth is out there. The truth is out there.
This is the underground. This is new media. This is the underground. This is new media.
Ranger fans, remember what's the critical thinking hangar. Ranger fans, remember what's the critical thinking hangar.
And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers. And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers.
This is New York Rangers hockey. 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 This is New York Rangers hockey.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Blueshirt Underground Show. Today is Wednesday. It is July 1st, and somehow, some way, it might still be hockey season. My name is Jim, and as always, I'm joined on the other side of the window by the one and only Eddie Geik. Eddie, good evening, sir. How are you?
Doing great. Day 7,000 of the quarantine. The overgrown facial hair is in existence. This thing's got to go soon, I think. It's becoming a spectacle more than usual. Jim, I'm doing well. I'm glad. I hope you are doing well. Once again, I'm
doing
starting
well.
the show
doing
off,
well.
ready to go. And I hope what? Oh, okay. I want to say, glad to see the people here in attendance. It's SRO, which means standing room only for you people out there.
That's
I'm
right.
talking at some kind of crazy tone for some reason. Yes.
That's okay.
Okay.
I like it. You're excited. You're fired up.
I'm fired up.
Rumor is cities have been chosen.
The rumor is, but is it confirmed? I went to NHL.com. I checked all the official sources, the sources.
Got to check the unofficials.
The unofficials, Hockey Feed.
The unofficials. Hockey Buzz.
Who were the big
Hockey
names back in 2010? What were the big names?
It was Hockey Buzz, Hockey Feed. I don't know. We had Rangers Tribune, Rangers Report, Ranger Rants. There were millions of them. Millions of them.
Ranger Joe's Cafe or something. Didn't Joe Catroni have some kind of
Ranger Joe's
website?
Cafe?
He did. He had a website, I think.
He did. He had, yeah. He's
what was one of those hosting sites there?
GeoCities.
GeoCities, yeah.
He was in GeoCities.
Site, not knowing him.
Right.
He's ahead of the curve, this guy.
Absolutely. Mr. Disney, yes.
Mr. Disney.
So let's see. To bring you up to date, Friday I could go to the barber shop. Get a real haircut. That happens Friday.
You're not looking bad, though. I mean, you've survived the COVID, the 700 days of COVID.
The women in my life have managed to make me look somewhat presentable. I'd look like John Oates at this point if I hadn't had a haircut. But with the grace of God and a little bit of the trimmers, I've been able to keep me somewhat presentable for this show.
You're looking dapper.
But
Yeah, and
thank you.
it's
Friday,
funny. Forty
but-
just mentioned Netscape, which I think is hysterical.
Netscape
You needed
Navigator.
Netscape to navigate
Yes.
the internet back then.
But yes, Friday back to the chair. Looking forward to it.
You go into the
The whole
chair,
shave, yeah. Get the
hot
get the
towel
smooth.
on your face.
No,
get
can't
that?
do that.
Why?
Can't. I've had it, yeah, but they can't do
Will you
that.
break out?
No,
hot
not
towel.
in current phase. Have to wear a mask the whole time I get my hair cut. It's a lot of new rules. A lot of new rules. Can't even just walk in. Had to make an appointment. Yeah.
Jeez.
So I made my appointment for my next 2 haircuts, and we're in the green phase, but I think it's all bullshit because green means go, and we ain't going no place.
That's true. Internationally, green means go.
Right.
Right now, I can hook you up with my barber, Lewis. He'll come over your house right now and do anything you want. You know what I was thinking about? I was talking to my wife, basically. Lewis will do anything for $1. No,
Leaping Lou.
I mean, Leaping Lou. Let me tell you about Leaping Lewis. He'll do anything. You want your battery charged, replaced in your watch? He'll do it while you get your hair cut by another barber. This guy's a hustler.
That's
and not
great.
in that way.
He's like the Ricky Atazu of barbers.
Yes, he's the Ricky Atazu of barbers.
He's running 9 business ventures at a time.
Yes. And listen, there are those people. Speaking of which, man. Well, there were 2 things I was going to say, and I forgot about the other one, so we'll go right to what I was. Have you seen this Uncut Gems movie?
I have not. I've heard it's good.
Oh, it's good.
I haven't watched it yet. Is it?
It's good. Yeah. The reports I got from my film friends were that it's very depressing. So I've stayed away from it because, who wants to be fucking depressed now? I mean,
right.
It's the worst, the most depressing time since I've been alive.
Right.
So I don't want to see it.
That includes all the Yokoden.
Right. I mean, we're doing a fucking bracket of misery over here, too.
Right.
So,
right. How much more do we need?
But I'm going to tell you, if you know or knew of degenerate gamblers or people who just made stupid mistakes over this, you will see this and be like, I know this guy. I mean, my father, God bless him, even though we still live in here, we got to still bless him, right? Well, you say God bless when only somebody.
Sure, of course.
Yeah. Well, my dad is an avid horse player, but he does not bet a lot of money. And when I say not a lot of money, I mean like he goes, and when he used to go, he would spend $6 from like 7 to midnight. So,
$6.
Yeah, he would bet like $1.
What's he betting, a nickel to win place and show?
He would bet dollar exactas. He would sit there, and he used to get made fun of by these degenerate gamblers. Come on,
right?
Danny, the moths come flying out of your wallet when you did it. Meanwhile, the same guys will come back the next night trying to sell a roast beef.
Right.
That happened. Some guy came in with meat and was like, "Hey, get $6. I'm selling this. I need some money.
That's great.
Money." So this movie spoke to me, and Adam Sandler is great in it, and also Ranger related. Larry Ratso Sloman is in the movie.
Is he?
Yes, the same man who wrote Thin Ice.
A Season in Hell with the New York Rangers.
Yes.
Fantastic book.
Also,
fantastic book.
Mike Francesa is in this movie.
Oh, the wild card hunt.
Yes. So, that may deter people from viewing it. It's still, I thought, a really good movie, especially in these times now. Because I know we'll get to the hockey in a second, but my wife kind of made me aware of this since there's no new production going on, right?
Right.
We're not getting treated with any new thing like Billions stopped.
Right.
because I guess they haven't been doing anything in post production. It's all shot and everything, but the COVID-19, the 19th, stopped it. So what they're doing is they're bringing on all these shows that they didn't want in the first place. They got pilots or whatever. They shot, said, we rejected that. Now they're airing them just to put something new up. So this movie, I think it's on Netflix. Check it out. Tell me what you think. No big whoop.
It's on
I
Netflix.
think
Okay.
it's something you can get into, not some pablum that they're throwing out to the masses. Now,
so I have another question. I just want to throw a question out to the chat room. I like throwing these questions out because I like to see people's answers. Last time we asked about hot dogs. I want to know. I was thinking about this the other day. I want to know what is the worst job you've ever had. We'll see what kind of answers we get in the chat room. The worst job you've ever had. Eddie, what's the worst job you've ever had? This one. Besides this one. Besides this one.
I always made the best out of the worst jobs I had. I'm trying to think. I think the worst job I had, I was a security guard at a mental institution that had been closed down.
Unique training for this broadcast.
Yes. And it was so fucking boring.
You still are a security guard at a mental institution.
Yeah, I was a security guard at Pilgrim State. And after it had closed down, and I used to have to work a 12-hour shift. There's just so much newspaper you can read. Now, this is back before smartphones,
the internet,
all that stuff.
Right.
You're fucking bored. Sitting there, you're reading. You got to be awake because the fucking supervisor shows up every 2 hours. And at Pilgrim State, the building was still there, and kids would go inside Pilgrim State and, screw around. They would shoot bottle rockets at your security car. It was like a war zone. You kind of liked that part because at least it was something.
It was like you were in Chaz or whatever they call that thing out in Seattle.
Yeah, I was in that whatever they call that zone there.
Right.
And they're shooting bottle rockets at me and trying to scare me with their cars coming from the back. And it was funny because they had leased the land or rented the land part to a model airplane club, like a flying model airplane club. And the kids would get BB guns and sit on top of the Pilgrim State roof and shoot at the planes. And the model airplane guys would buzz them and nosedive them. I'm like, what is this? I would say that was pretty bad. That was
that's great.
That was it was very boring. Very boring. But then I
don't know. It sounds like there was lots of excitement. It sounds like there was a lot going on.
Well, me and my brother, we actually got to work on the same shift.
Right.
Together for 12 hours on Sundays. So we just decided we're going to have fun. So we got the side of my dad's station wagon and parked it on the thing. And we put some tape and made a batter's, like a
strike zone.
Strike zone. Yes, that's right. And we played wiffle ball in our security.
There you go.
And the supervisor called us and fired us. Well,
that was the end of that career.
That was the end of that.
Fired
career.
for playing
wiffle ball.
Fired for playing wiffle ball. Excellent.
Brother's always was a better pitcher than I was. All right, so that's my worst job. What about you guys?
We've had some good answers here. They blew it up. Cutter worked at Sheridan Nursing.
They blew up the whole Pilgrim State complex, which was full of asbestos, and had to settle lawsuits for the next 25 years. Also, it was full of copper wiring, which was very valuable. So people would go in there and try to
Right.
rip it
Oh
off.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Oh
Enough
yeah.
of my
Yeah.
backstory. What's everybody else's story? Sheridan
We've had a couple of
Nurseries?
good ones. And Cutter with his neck pain that he was hurt all last summer from working at Sheridan Nurseries.
Yeah,
Andrew
well, that he
Andrew
became a pain in our
SFL.
neck.
Right. He dug swimming pools in Florida during the summer. That must have been
Oh man,
had to
that
be
is
rough.
fucking crazy.
Right.
I
Costa
avoided
working the
manual
food
labor.
court at Smith Haven Mall. I would think that'd be his dream job, surrounded by restaurants.
Man, he must have been a happy camper. Which place did you work at? That Chinese place?
Hot dogs and more. Wore one of those
Is that what?
hats.
Oh yeah, I always question that.
No.
What's the more? No, that's not hot dogs.
I don't think he worked at Hot Dogs and More.
Accounting in a cubicle. That sounds like a. Well, everybody's got their own bag.
This is a good one from Sean.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, certainly. Yeah, I'll listen, Cutter getting all tough with me.
Right.
I'd break you in half.
Right.
I'm a goddamn sumo wrestler. All right.
All right.
And nobody else really chimed in with that.
We have a couple of good ones. Matt Morello. I'm still boycotting Canadian staples over them not hiring Cutter after 9 interviews. You can get into the FBI easier than you can get into Canadian staples, apparently.
Wasn't he waiting in the woods, changing clothes or something? An interview going there all hot and sweaty or something? I remember something like that.
I don't remember. I don't remember. Probably.
Oh,
Costa was a sushi chef at Sarku.
Ben's locker room attendant at the local
funny.
Y. You got it, buddy. You just won.
Oof.
Oofa.
That's a bad one. So for me, it had to be Martys Shoes. I don't know if anybody remembers Martys Shoes. I don't think they're in business anymore. I got hired, I think I was, 20, 21. I got hired as an assistant manager trainee, right? My first day there, the manager is talking to me, and I said, so how long are you a trainee? How long before you become an assistant manager? And he says, well, usually it's a year or two. So already I'm thinking, all right, so I'm a trainee for a year, 2 years, making $7 an hour, and then you become an assistant manager, and then by lunchtime, I've already decided this is not going to be a career, right?
Right. Yeah.
Sometime in the afternoon, they got me moving shoes all over the place, and I'm already hating every minute of this job. At about 2:00 in the afternoon, whatever it was, I go to the bathroom, and I couldn't get the door open. I was literally stuck in the bathroom. The door wouldn't open. They finally got the door open. I looked at the manager. I said, I'm sorry, I'm done. I walked out. That was it. Paul, I've got a lot of stories working at Sam Goody. We'll have to get into those another time. I got some good stories. I got a couple of good ones from working at Sam Goody.
A lot of theft, right?
Yeah.
That happened at every audio place. Crazy Eddie's, a lot of theft. I had friends that worked there. I think I got every cassette in the 80s from them. But we won't admit
lots
to
of theft at Sam Goody.
By other people, not by anybody.
Right.
All right. So let's get to the hockey hub. What's going on? There's rumors. First, I heard it was a panic yesterday. They can't find a hub city. They can't find it. Oh, it's a farce. I give up. What? All the usual babies started crying and belly aching. Oh, the season, the NHL's a farce. And then I read today, now maybe this is the rumor you picked up. They picked 2 Canadian cities, it looks like. Is that what you're going to report to me?
Edmonton and Toronto. That's what I'm hearing.
I have it in Canada. Why not? They need some playoff games there once in a while. Oh,
Right. Be the first time the cup's been in Canada and awarded in Canada in years.
Yeah.
They probably don't even remember what it looks like. We stole their sport.
Well, we robbed them. We dominate you.
You hear that? Did you hear that?
Ricky Diffendale just got married?
No, just really loud thunder outside. I've got the window open right next to me.
We had that maybe an hour before. We may have to shut down all systems. We had it here about an hour earlier. What?
This is it.
It's it. We've crossed the line with God. He's coming for us.
I can't believe Costa would do anything underhanded. I can't believe he would take merchandise without paying for it.
Can you just see him sneaking with that grin on his face?
What I want to know is, how would he ever stuff anything under his shirt? There's no room.
He had a suitcase. He was a manager.
A suitcase. Every night he's going home with a TV under his back.
So, all right. So it's going to be Toronto.
It was 10 years ago, Cutter. It's 10 years ago. And it was an American hockey team winning that cup in Vancouver 10 years ago. You people used to be so smug with your hockey. Now look at you.
Yeah.
Now look at you. Now look at you. Winning basketball trophies. Congratulations. Who cares?
Who cares about that sport? Okay. You freeze up, or is it
you? I refreshed the studio. There we go. We're better now.
You're refreshed. So Edmonton and Toronto.
Costa took a whoop there in his CD.
Yeah, the Macarena.
Jock
The
Jam.
Macarena.
Jock Jams Volume 1. Y'all ready for this? So apparently those are going to be the hub cities, but I still have my doubts as to if this is actually going to happen. People tested positive.
Yeah, that's not.
I don't know how they're going to pull this off.
They're trying.
They're trying. It's, baseball's a mess.
Yeah.
Football seems to have no awareness that there's a virus. They're just forging ahead. They think they're going to have fans in the stands. They're just pay no attention to the virus behind the curtain. That's football's motto.
I'm trying to think what team is in football is offering. You guys might know this. There's a team offering for $199. You can have a picture or a facsimile of yourself in the seat during the home games.
That's the Chicago Blitz doing that.
Chicago Blitz. They were for the World Football League, I think.
I know. That was the USFL.
No, but there is actually a team. I think it's a team out west that's saying, "Hey, you want to attend the game? We'll put your picture in there for $200."
Oh, I could see like Fireman Ed doing that.
It looks like Oakland. That's what.
There is no Oakland.
Well, Las Vegas.
Right.
It's. I don't know. Oh, the Oakland A's.
Oh, he says it's the Oakland A's. Oh.
All right. And San Francisco Giants are doing that in baseball as well. What is it, a California thing?
I don't know. Why would anybody pay them to use for what?
Get on camera.
For who? For what? For her? Forget about it.
Forget about it. You're gonna waste your money. Okay.
For who? For what?
For what?
That's what the Islanders are going to do, Paul. They'll put stuffed animals in the seats.
They already had real animals in the seats.
Well, like Goldie, he was pretty. That Goldie, he was pretty stuffed.
Yeah, he was with semen.
Oh,
I got nothing but hate for that guy. All right.
Well, do you want to get on with the round two
Well,
here?
A couple of things I want to discuss. Did you see Quinn
all right.
stepped out and said today or yesterday that
He said
it
something.
is going to be based on goaltending is going to be based on training camp. Question to you and the people at home. Is this just a psychological maneuver to get everybody to play well, or does he really mean what he says?
I think he means what he says. I think he means what he says.
Henrik. Okay. Why you put this up? Discuss this. I have to
Piss?
Yeah.
Rangers undecided on starting goaltender for Cup qualifier, Quinn says. Will it be Alexander Georgiev? Will it be Igor Shesterkin? Will it be wily veteran Henrik Lundqvist? Very nice man. Will it be Doug Sotart? Will it be Hardy Astrom? Nobody knows. It will all depend on training camp, so says the coach. You can make a case for all three guys, Quinn says. There's a lot of reasons to take Shesterkin. There are reasons to start Hank. There are reasons to start Georgiev, excuse me. This is such an uncertain time that will play out over the course of the 2.5 weeks that we're going to have before we drop the puck. Training camp, which is part of Phase 3, is set to open July 10th. When Phase 4 begins, the Rangers will be the number 11 seed in the Eastern Conference, taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. I am all for whoever plays best in training camp starting these games. I'm all for it. I've said it before. I don't care who it is. I just want to win. I hate Bear. There's another good one. I don't care. I don't care who's. I want them to win. If they're in this tournament, if we're going to have this tournament, I want to win this tournament. I'm not worried about, they get the draft picks, whatever. I know there's implications. But if they're in this tournament, I want to win it. I want to win it. So give me whoever gives us the best chance to win. If it's the wily old veteran, fine. If he's got one last run in him, fine. Ladies and gentlemen, here returning to the broadcast.
I'm a very old man. What's going on?
I was reading a little part of that article, and Quinn said you can make a case for all three goaltenders, and it'll depend on when they're on the ice and who looks best. And I'm all for it. Let's do it. Let's get it on. If there's going to be a tournament, I want to win it.
Well, do you?
What's that?
That's the big question, my fellow.
What?
Well, we want to win. I think all of us here want to win. But I need you to explain to me, now that the cockamamie draft that they held, which, hey, I don't care about your Brian Burks. It was done wrong. I'm glad that the number one team is going to be the one of the placard teams.
Right.
We haven't discussed that. Somehow, somewhere over the rainbow, a placard team jousted Detroit out of the number one pick.
Right.
They went up with like 4 or something. I mean, listen, it's a makeshift, it's a garage league. And right now we're in a makeshift garage moment. So this is par for the course.
It's a garage league, and we're out in the shed right now.
Exactly. So somebody in this room, or you, Jim, my beloved partner of over 11 years, can tell me, do the Rangers have a shot at this number one pick if they get ousted in the play-in against Carolina? They have 2 picks, correct?
Yes, 2 picks. My understanding is that if they lose this first round play-in, then they will have a 12.5% chance of getting the number one pick overall, if I understand that correctly. So I think there'll be 8 teams in the running for the number one, and they would be one of them, and everybody has an equal shot. 1 out of 8.
Luckily, I would say you're right. Knowing our luck, no. But you know what? The Rangers did move up a lot last year. They got the number 2 pick in Capo Caco. So maybe the mojo might be changing.
Yeah.
So
we've had some fortune the last couple of years.
chance.
I think, Detroit and you could even argue the Devils, they tanked these last couple of years, and the Rangers didn't. The Rangers played hard all year, and I think they've been rewarded for it. The hockey gods are shining upon us.
It's true. The Devils wanted with like the number 7 pick. They didn't even do good with the number 1 pick. That franchise is a disaster. When you're interviewing Linda,
I hope they draft Rocky Trottier again.
Yes.
I hope they draft Rocky Trottier again.
I think Captain Lou Albano is the new coach. Oh, he's dead. But so you're telling me it's like a 12% chance? 12%?
That's what I understand. Yeah, I don't pretend to fully understand this.
Are locked into their positions, correct?
Yes.
Because there was only one placard team in there. That was the number 1 pick, which is just crazy.
Right.
Because Brian Burke was going nuts. We set up this draft so it would reward struggling teams. And now it might go to a team that won so many more games, and this is unfair. And what are you gonna do? Redo it?
We're a struggling team.
You betcha.
We haven't won a cup in 26 years. That's struggling.
And
we're struggling.
Like it was yesterday. It was 26 years ago.
Right.
It's unacceptable. It's
right.
goddamn unacceptable, ladies and gentlemen. We're still here. I'm over here now. So
we still had, the last time the Rangers won a cup, we still had Aunt Jemima pancakes.
That's right. She wore a turban or a bandana, whatever she wore on her head. And we liked it.
That's right. We still had the Dukes of Hazzard on TV.
Dude. You know where my political views stand. This political correctness has got to stop. And I'm not talking about the pancakes. It just treaded on my hidden nerd warrior, hidden nerd fantasy gamer land. I'm big into fantasy games like Rangers Stanley Cups. Those are much but played out in my fantasy. But now they're talking about racism in the Dungeons and Dragons and fantasy world.
Oh boy.
The evil races, that the evil races are dark skinned.
Yeah.
And I'm like, game over. Does everything? It's fantasy, you idiot. This isn't reality. There really isn't an orc running around. You want a light-skinned orc? And certain races can't be certain types. Like an orc can't be a holy warrior, which is called a paladin, because he's an evil race.
I know nothing about Dungeons and Dragons, so.
Well, you know what? They really should have an equal chance. No, they're evil. They can't be a holy race. They can't be good. It's absolute bizarro, topsy-turvy world. Sorry. This is why everybody hates the left. This is why. You've gone too far. You mess with my Dungeons and Dragons, it's over.
That's it. You were able to sit back and take everything else. You were able to give them. You were fine with Aunt Jemima. You were okay with the Eskimo pie, but Dungeons and Dragons is a bridge too far.
I mean, you're talking legends. Evil has always been dark. It's not racist. You fucking morons. All right. I've had enough. And they mess with the dungeon on my hockey, then it gets crazy.
Well, then they'll go after Star Wars because the villain in Star Wars is black.
Yeah.
His costume is black. I mean, that's got to be bad too, right?
Yeah. Why is black? I mean, the whole thing. And it's funny, black people used to make fun of it. Like, I forgot what comedian used to do a routine, like angel food cake is white, devil food cake is black. And he'd be like, he did it as a joke. And now it's reality.
And now it's real. Yep.
Gotta stop. All right, enough of that. Sorry.
That's all right. This is your platform.
It just bugged the shit out of me. I mean, it gone too far. Who you offended? You're playing a fucking fantasy game, you geek.
Land O'Lakes. Joe Catroni, the Land O'Lakes hot Indian is gone.
Everything.
Oh, so Cutter, what you're saying is Darth Vader's in blackface.
Yeah, he's wearing blackface.
Right. What about Frank Gorshin on Star Trek? he was half.
Luke, I ain't
what about
Frank?
You remember Frank Gorshin on Star Trek? He was half black.
Yeah.
Remember, he was white. The episode, Let This Be Your Last Battlefield.
You're the same. No, we're not. Can't you tell?
Right. One
I'm
was
side,
white and black, and the other was black and white.
White.
I forget who played the other guy, but one of them was Frank Gorshin.
And this wasn't even like. I'm just gonna end this stupid Dungeons and Dragons thing. And by the way, if you want to play the Dungeons and Dragons with me, meet up at my house at 7:30. On Tuesday.
BSU going into a rain delay. Roll out the tarps and show that's this week of baseball. It's pouring rain. It's pouring rain.
Pouring rain. We got a little bit of that. Oh, a little rain is going to stall your show, your little show. All right. So let's get back to the Rangers. So you said, what was it, 14 or 12% chance?
12.5.
Okay.
Yes, Andrew. Frank Gorshin, the Riddler on Batman, and he's also a pretty good comedian and impersonator in his time. Impressions, yes.
One of the greatest, actually. Did Burt Lancaster, like you wouldn't believe, if anybody even remembers who Burt Lancaster is. He actually was the goalie for the Rangers during 46-47 season. So, anywho, we got that chance. So, am I rooting for the Rangers to get in that lottery? Absolutely not. I want them to grow as a team, but I don't know how much of that momentum is going to carry over. We've been on such a pause; it's going to feel like another season by the time this gets rolling.
It'll be 4 months. It's a 4-month break.
Yeah, this is like
I think the last game was March 12th.
Yeah, so I'm like, at first I was like, oh, this would be a great way for the team to grow and this and that. I don't know if that's such the case now, because it's like having a tournament and then going to the regular season.
Yeah, this is like the World Cup now.
Yeah. And so we'll see. I even forgot who was hot at the end of the season. Was Kreider hot at the end of the season? After that contract he went down? Who was hot? Zibanejad was hot.
Zibanejad.
Aaron's always hot. Oh, another thing I wanted to, and maybe Sean McCann.
Tony DeAngelo.
Yeah, Tony DeAngelo. It's been 4 months. It's crazy.
Yep.
And maybe Sean or you or somebody could tell me. Tony D had a podcast. Did this actually come off?
Yeah, he's done a couple episodes. Watch Your Tone or something it's called. And it's I swear to God, he's just doing this to troll the fans.
He's just trolling all the haters.
I really do. He's just, I mean, I haven't listened to it. Jen's listened to it. She said it was good. She said it was, it's pretty interesting. And I really think it's a pretty loud thunder there.
Are you very scared of thunder?
No, I'm not scared. It's just, it's like, it's loud. That's all. It doesn't bother me. It's just loud.
Your eyes change, like, whoa.
Yes. Well, it was loud and the house shook. Huh? What'd you say?
My house shakes all the time. A lot of rocking and rolling going here. Now,
I don't remember what I was saying.
He's anti-analytics.
He's anti-analytics. Right. He doesn't.
Okay.
He doesn't believe it. So.
Well.
Yeah. Sean says he destroyed the analytic nerds on his last show.
Well, they ain't gonna like that. The heat map.
I really just think I think he's just doing it to troll these people that just hate him.
Oh yeah, that's Kreider had a broken foot. He should be healthy now.
Yeah, he wasn't hot. See, it's been so long, you forget who's hurt.
Yeah, I thought he was hurt. Wow.
Michael Sauer's still hurt. Due back any day. Somebody asked Larry Brooks yesterday in his question and answer article. He does like 1 or 2 a week. Somebody asked him if Michael Sauer had stayed healthy, would the Rangers have won a cup? I don't even know how Larry answered it with a straight face.
It wasn't like he was Bobby Orr went out. He was a nice prospect. Right. He was physical. He could play D. Was he getting 4 assists a game? No. I mean, if Stu Bickle was still in hockey, how you think the Rangers would be? Come on, let it go with Michael Sauer. These people with the lovelorn of these Ranger fans can't give up on a guy. Don't worship at the altar of Michael Sauer, and don't bother dancing Larry Brooks. He's too busy stealing from us. Doesn't have to be freaking bothered.
All right, where are we at? It's, all right, 10-8 already. So,
all right, yeah. Let's just end the show now. Get out of
well, we could just riff for another 10 minutes and then come back Monday with the bracket. Well, we got no contract here. We're not.
Fans get their money's worth here. I'm trying to think if there's any other.
The show's free.
I know, but listen, I feel like we're entertainers here. I want to make everybody happy.
Okay, I stand corrected. Jen did not listen to Tony D'Angelo's podcast. I thought she said she did.
Oh, okay. Oh God, with the Chris Kreider gushing. Aren't you a married woman, Patty Duke, and you're gushing over one Chris Kreider? Oh, for shame.
Sean, admittedly, I haven't read your last 2 blogs. I'm behind.
Yeah, and Jonathan Riggs is right. Twitter is a cesspool.
Oh, it's the worst. It's the absolute worst. I mean, that platform has so outlived its usefulness. It really has. There is so little useful information on there nowadays.
Did Hank do anything illegal? Did he hold a practice like Tom Brady without the permission?
He's wearing skinny jeans. That's illegal, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. The most straight states.
Should be for a straight man.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's a straight state. All right, I guess we'll get to some of the bracket here. I can't really think of anything else that's in my craw, so to speak. Now that you don't get any updates. Is Kreider attending camp? I mean, you keep with these fluff interviews I keep seeing. Why don't somebody ask some real questions here?
By the way, happy birthday, Rod Gilbert.
What is he? 200?
Frequent guest of the show. Was he 200? What do you got against Rod Gilbert?
He never seemed very personable live and up front.
Oh, he's all over the place. Everybody's got a picture with Rod Gilbert. Everybody running into him here, running into him there.
He's another guy who kind of quit.
Hey, good looking.
He's just like he's another guy I think kind of quit. Pull up his stats. I went on that last season. Did he even play a full season? I don't like these guys that quit. Like Espo quit. This guy might have quit. You don't quit. The Guy Lafleur quit. Guy Lafleur after he left Montreal.
He had to be escorted from Guy Lafleur had to be escorted from the building.
I mean, he came back.
All right, here you go.
It's Roderick. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Rod Gilbert. It is also Canada Day.
1911.
He's 1941. He's 109.
He's 79, though, dude.
Still looks good.
That looks pretty good.
Played 19 games in his final season and scored 2 goals. What's that?
Did he get hurt? You played in the playoffs. Did you play in the playoffs? No.
I don't know. I was 7 years old. I don't remember if he was hurt. But he was still productive right up until his next to final season.
Yeah, he must have got hurt or something. Does anybody? He actually made the All-Star game the year before. Does it say ASS?
Yes. Made the All-Star team.
Wow. Well, I guess that isn't too lame. I'm talking one of the all-time
7 career hat tricks. Right. It's an odd stat. Only had 1 penalty shot in his entire career.
Wow. And he scored on it. All right.
Yes, he did.
Happy birthday, Roderick. Future guest.
Yeah. Any day now.
Any day now. John Rosasco is going to make you available to us. The above knock. Now, he was a good Ranger, let's face it. The gag line, the goal of game line. A great ambassador for the Rangers. I don't know why I don't love him.
Maybe he just looked around at that last season and, everybody was gone. Now he's with Espo. The uniforms were different, yes. The John Ferguson, the Canadian-style jersey had become the Rangers jersey, and I don't know. I really don't know what the reasons were, so.
All right. I take it all
Happy
back.
birthday.
It's also
the great
Alfie
Roger
Turcotte's birthday, everybody. I actually just made that up. I don't know if it's Alfie Turcotte.
It's whose birthday? Alfie Turcotte.
Turcotte. I think he played for the Rangers as well. What's it all about, Alfie? Look him up.
Oh, here you go. Here's a list of all the players born on July 1st. Any of them were Rangers? Corey Hirsch's birthday. The great
Whoa!
Now you'll gush about Corey Hirsch. You badmouth Roger Gilbert, you'll talk great about Corey Hirsch.
Card.
Oh, that's why. Bill Beveridge. Never even heard of him. Oh, he was a wartime player.
Yes,
Bill Beveridge.
Here comes Bill Beveridge.
Chip. Oh yeah, look, this guy must have served. I wonder if he served in the war because his last year was 1938, and then he returned to the league with the Rangers in 1942.
He fought in World War II.
He fought the Jerrys. He was a doughboy.
No, that was World War One.
I know.
Still fun though.
I'm not a complete idiot.
I know.
He's over there at WW2, the big one.
Over here. Look up Alfie Turcotte just for my own.
We lost Bill in February of 1995. Alfie Turcotte? Oh, there he is. He just celebrated his 55th birthday.
Wow, that's weird that I pulled that out of my.
You know, I always think to myself when we get off on these tangents about odd things, I wonder if anybody's listening for the first time and going, "What the fuck is Alfie Turcotte? Why the hell are they talking about him?
Oh, yeah, really?
Why is this guy bad-mouthing Rod Gilbert?"
Well, you know, it's the Corona. It's got me bitter as it wears on the show.
Alfie Turcotte played for 3 teams. And they all wore the same colors. First round pick. Played for the Nanaimo Islanders.
That must
WHL.
Yeah, those probably were like people from an island. What do they call that? What's the word? Indigent?
Oh, Bill Chadwick has chimed in about Bill Beveridge.
Oh, God. She was overserved, if you know what I mean. Again and again.
Millie in the Swingers Club. Jim, you couldn't keep Millie away from that Beveridge fella.
All right. You want to do some of this bit?
Oh, there he is.
There he is, the late, great Bill. Still missing him. Apparently, we were rerunning a Ranger game the other night. Was it last night? And Chadwick was in the booth as like a guest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my friends were texting me about it, but I have all these games on tape, so I was just like, let's see. Apparently, it's a game with John Ogrodnik, Turcotte, Mark Hardy, Monty Waite, and Gartner. So it must have been previous to Keenan's. All right, I think so. Anyway,
so that had to be late 80s, right? Ogrodnik was with the Rangers.
Oh, yeah. Andrew
88, 89, 90. We should get John Ogrodnik back on the show to quote his stats.
Get anybody on this show. Everybody's got their own podcast now.
Right. Yeah.
So, all right,
I had one former New York Ranger last week that I was talking to on Facebook, and I again invited him to be a guest on this show, and he said to me I could prove it. He said, "I'll come on this week." That was last week. I never heard back from him.
Really?
Yep. Never heard back from him.
Why don't we just say his name? Why don't we keep it everything?
Because I'm still holding out hope.
What, is he going to watch this show? He ain't got to know.
Never know.
He didn't even show up. He's going to watch the show.
He didn't answer me. He's very busy, apparently. Very busy.
The same guy from last time?
No, that was PJ Stock. Another one said, "I'll come on the show." Okay, let's nail down a date. And then you try and nail down a date, and all of a sudden these guys are fucking Houdini. Very busy. Very busy. Lots of podcasts.
Was it Nathan Lafayette?
It was not Nathan. Nathan Lafayette will never appear on this show.
Banned.
I have absolutely nothing to say to what the hell would we talk to Nathan Lafayette about?
I would say, Nathan, how did it feel to play for both Vancouver and the Rangers after you saw Vancouver, your team, lose to the Rangers in the Stanley Cup, and then you remember how did that feel? And then the interview would be over.
Right. And we get his 3-minute answer, and then good night, everybody.
and I could say, I think.
Thanks for being a guest. Here's your Nat Sherman cigar.
I said, I think you hit the crossbar in one of the crucial games, and I thank you for that.
Right.
Yeah, see, Andrew.
Not Peter Pruka. I would love to have Peter Pruka on the show. I talked to Peter Pruka. Why not? Roman Endor.
Guest. All right, he would be top obscure guest.
Roman Endor.
All right, how about if Donald Brashear wanted to come on the show? Would you accept him?
Do an all black show?
Please, does it have to
Nathan
come back to
Lafayette?
Mime all over again?
Donald Brashear and and Roman Endor, right? Tony McKegney.
To
Anson Carter.
Why do they black people?
Because you meant I said we'd do an all black
Is
show.
there anybody you would like? Was anybody?
Do you want to? I don't know.
How about if Chris Drury wanted to do this show?
First of all, it's never going to happen.
But if it did, would you?
What am I going to? No, I wouldn't want him on. No, I wouldn't want him on the show. What am I going to do? Am I going to bring him on the show and kiss his ass like Howard Stern does to Rosie O'Donnell? Is that? I mean, what am I going to do? But I'm not going to have the guy. I'm not going to have the guy on the show and then sit here and tell him how much I hated him. So what? No, there's no point in having Chris Drury on the show. Paul Mara, there's a good. Matt Morello, Paul Mara.
Oh, he was another guy.
Paul Mara.
Paul Mara. Paul.
Who would be? Look, I apologize. We're not going to get to the bracket tonight. I promise you. We'll get to the bracket. I promise. We'll get to it. We're keeping ourselves busy. We're having fun. We're having good conversation. Who would be, if you could have one guest? If I said to you, Eddie, I can get you any guest you want. Who would be numero uno guest for this show? Who would it be? Seriously, no joke.
Sean Avery.
Sean Avery would have been a good one. Would have been a good one because you know he won't hold back.
He won't hold back. He'll tell the truth, and he'll tell us stuff we never knew. You get I love Brian Leach is my favorite player, Ranger of all time, but what is he going to say? He's not going to tell us anything. Messier, the same thing. Gretzky, maybe. If he's drunk enough, he'll tell you anything.
Maybe.
Gretzky for the prestige, but to know what was going on and what's gone on behind the scenes, it would be Sean Avery, and he'd be controversial. Bobby Granger, no. That's a hard no. Bobby Granger will never be.
Bobby Granger.
Joey Dippin' Dots, he's out.
Sean Avery. That would be a good one.
Yeah, if Avery knew of us and knew how politically incorrect we are, he would come. Mike Koska.
we probably could get Avery if I knew how to really reach him directly. Thought I had him when he was going to do that stupid play.
My God.
I had him and I lost him. I had it, Marcus. I had it in my hands. What movie?
That's
I had it, Marcus. I had it in my hands.
It's what you call it? I can't think of the name. Pulp Fiction?
No.
I had it in my hands.
See if the chat. I had it, Marcus. I had it in my hands. What happened? Belloc? You want to hear about it? No. Thank you, John Riggs.
I don't watch that goofy shit. I only play Dungeons and Dragons.
You didn't watch Raiders? You've never seen Raiders of the Lost Ark?
I saw the movies.
Come on.
I maybe seen it twice.
It's a great movie.
It's a really good movie.
Oh.
Not as good as the TV series, The Young. What was the guy's name?
Andrew Conforte says maybe through his Instagram because he answers private messages. I'll try it.
All right.
I will reach out to Sean Avery. That's my homework.
Okay. Marcel.
My ultimate guest right now, the one I've always wanted. I want Espo.
Yeah,
because
he's
I think
allowed
I just think he would be like talking to Emil Francis. I think
And
you just wind him up, introduce him, and then 3 hours later he'd still be talking.
I mean, fellas, am I fucking getting paid for this? I can hear him
Right.
say.
Right. And then my other one would be JD, but not now while he's employed by the team. We'll never get him now. Maybe after he retires.
Right. After he retires, I think JD would be good too because he loosens up. He's not a stuffed shirt. A lot of these guys are stuffed shirts. They've been trained how to deal with media, and they just give you the same generic answers.
Right.
Remember how like fourth Chris Nyland was when we had him on?
Drunk.
It was like
drunk. He was bombed.
Yeah, but he was fishing. He should be drunk. He was fishing, and then he said, "I'll call you back," and he went back to his house and he called us back.
And he called us back. Yep.
Like after a half hour.
Oh, he was a good guest, but he was drunk. Yeah.
Wow. He was forthcoming. He said he considered himself a Canadian through and through.
Right.
Talked about the fights. I remember Ricky Atazu asked him a question. He said, some of these guys throw pillow punches. They're pillow punchers. So they used to say that about Darren Langdon, that when he hit you, he didn't really rock you. Cristana goes,
right.
There's no such thing. You ever get hit with a fist? There's nothing pillow about it. So, yeah, those guys I want. The guys that are going to open up and tell stories. Even Duguay, when we had him, he was very forthcoming, too. He told us a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
Even though he knew where the line was, he would cross it, then come back, cross it, then come back.
Right. No, he was very good. He was very interesting. So.
Yeah, Avery, I just think you wouldn't have to prod him. He just would tell you stuff.
Right. Right. I mean,
once he knew you were cool and you were, and he knows we're not trying to first of all, excuse me. We're not trying to bamboozle him or something in order to make millions of dollars off what he says. So
I'm Joey Tribbiani. You've been bamboozled. Sorry, I just like that word. It makes me think of Friends. Let's play bamboozled. It is. So.
All right. So. Is that it?
How are you for Monday night? We'll come back and do the bracket. Monday night work for you?
Monday night is good as of now. So I will say I will give you a 95% in Monday night. We'll come back quicker since it's a shorter show.
Right. Yeah. So we'll do bracket stuff. I promise you we're going to do this. We're going to finish this bracket.
And I hope
some nights
where they're going to be. Hopefully we'll have confirmation on that.
Hopefully they play it. Hopefully they can have the tournament. Yeah, who would be? I'm trying to think. Who would be a guy from the '94 team that might come on and be fun to talk to? None of the big names because they're either just going to be diplomatic or they're still connected with the team. What about like Glenn Healy?
Glenn Healy would be good.
Glenn Healy. How about Kiprios works for the network, so doesn't he? Doesn't he do work for the networks now up in Canada?
Up in Canada, yeah. You got to think of those lunch pail guys, type of guys that Sergei Nemchinov. Well, his daughter does work at MSG, so that's not. I'm trying to think. I don't really have any interest in
What about Joey Koser? What Joey Koser?
Yeah, he would be good. He would be good. He's really kind of disappeared. Who's the guy on 94 we got from the Black? It's not Larma, but the other guy.
Olczyk.
Was it
Eddie Olczyk had played for. He played for Chicago.
We got Winnipeg for. What the hell was that?
Yeah.
He was like an extra guy. Like he played. God, I can't even remember the 94 roster. I must be losing it. What was 26
Noonan?
years ago?
Noonan.
Yeah, Brian Noonan.
Brian Noonan, right?
He's an unknown quantity. What's Brian
I don't
Noonan?
see him around anymore either.
Ryan Callahan? That's a good one, Jack. But can I be nice to him after I ripped him? Yes.
Reached out to Callahan, got no response. Certainly try again.
I met Bookaboom. He's not interested in us. Not interested in the fans. I went to a viewing party with this guy at a bar, and he stood in the corner, and he didn't want to interact with any of the Ranger fans. He's a dope.
Really? He's a dope.
Yeah. I mean, he was so
He's a dope.
I mean, I wouldn't say that to his face. I got a picture of me and him together. The guy's like, his hands are as big as my freaking fat head. But he did not seem interested at all in the fans. He stood in the corner and he waited for people to come to him, and people were too scared of him to come up. I mean, I loved him as a hockey
Not you.
player, right? So I don't know.
All right.
So look like Jerry Seinfeld.
I will.
You're gonna reach out to Sean?
I will reach out to Sean. That's my homework.
All right. Well, stay
That
tuned
is my
next week.
homework.
Will Jim get
Is he
Sean
on
Avery
Facebook?
on the show? Greg
Sean
Gilbert,
Avery on
yeah.
Facebook.
Didn't he have some Islanders stink on him too, Greg Gilbert?
Yeah, he was an Islander.
As we call him today, Greg
He hasn't
Gilbert.
touched his Facebook in years.
Who?
Greg Gilbert.
He doesn't even know what Facebook is.
Who?
Roger Bear.
Roger Bear.
No, whose Facebook you talking about?
Sean Avery.
Oh yeah, he's too progressive for that. He's on the Instagrams, the voodoos, the hoodoos, and the you-doos. He's on that.
He's not on MySpace.
WhatsApp. He's on all that stuff.
WhatsApp.
He's on the SoundHound.
All right, really quick, because we're talking about this kind of stuff. I saw this yesterday. One of the cons, like the Comic-Con type thing, they're doing a virtual thing with William Shatner. They're doing a virtual thing with William Shatner, right? And there's like a free live Q&A that he's doing for like an hour, and then you can sign up. You can either get a shout out video, or you can have a personal phone call, a 2-minute video call with William Shatner, 2 minutes. How much do you think 2 minutes of William Shatner's time is worth?
In the world of nerds, $5,000.
Oh, no, $375
Oh wow!
for a 2-minute video chat.
What is he going to say to you? What would you ask William Shatner?
I would ask him more Boston legal questions. Everything I need to know about Star Trek, I know. I've heard. I would ask him Boston legal questions because I love that show. I think that if you watched Boston Legal, I think the 5 minutes every episode of him and James Spader on the balcony together is some of the best television that's ever been done. They were just brilliantly written conversations between the two of them.
This is really could be one of the overstatements of the.
Those were great scenes. No, I think those are some of the greatest. Right. Just the 5 minutes between the two of them comparing their political views and things like that. It was always funny, well written. James Spader was very introspective. I always loved it.
I'm gonna have to watch this. And let's see. I do trust your taste,
It's a great show.
but I've been calling out overstatements by my friends for years, and I
In my
shall
time,
not let
in my
you
top
pass
5 all time. Oh, that's fine.
some of the greatest television moments. So
That's-
this trumps any Soprano scene. Any of this for you? You hold the Sopranos in such high regard. Some of these other shows you like.
It's tough.
All right.
It's Soprano. I mean,
When they mention the greatest shows
scenes.
of all
I'm just
time,
talking
I
about.
tell you that Boston Legal is not in one of them in any of these conversations.
That's
right,
just
but-
everybody's entitled to their opinion. It's fine.
I think.
Hey, I know people that don't like the Sopranos.
The Three Stooges.
What are you gonna do?
most
We all have.
scenes
Three
ever in
Stooges.
television history.
I'm thinking of the old lady in the Seinfeld episode. They find the kidnapped child, but the baby's dead. Kramer. It was a ship.
Oh my god! All right, Jim.
Anyway, I think it's for network television. I think it's some of the best scenes.
What streaming service?
It's on
do you
Hulu.
watch? Hulu.
Hulu. Yes, sir.
Okay, catch that Uncut Gems. If you got some chance. You got a chance.
Yes, I will watch it at some point.
All right, so we'll see you Monday, folks. Time for us to skedaddle.
All right, we'll see you guys Monday night unless something changes. Sorry for not doing the bracket tonight, but it'll keep. It'll keep.
Glad to
Not
see
going
you
anywhere.
all in the chat again. I see Rock is here. You got some.
We got
time off
another.
of it.
We got another 3-4 weeks before this tournament starts, if it even happens. So.
Yeah, we'll be ready. We'll get that bracket done. All right, Jim. Take care
Absolutely.
of yourself.
All right, you too, my friend. All right, we'll see you guys soon. Check us out on Facebook, the whole bit. We love you. And we'll see you Monday night.